So what is a macrocycle and why is it important? Well, a macrocycle is just a fancy word for saying the structure of your overall training program. How do you sequence the fitness characteristics from beginning to end in order to achieve the goals that you're setting out to accomplish? Whether you have a powerlifting meet planned or you just hope to get stronger in the squat, bench, and deadlift, having a structured approach to your training is important so that you know what intensities and what volumes and exercises to use and when. For example, the right time to be raising your general physical preparedness or your GPP is not directly leading into a meet. Leading up to a meet, you want to be practicing your specific competition lifts at high intensities because we know that strength is also a skill and we need to be very specific and training specifically towards that goal when the meet is near. Rather, your general fitness qualities, basic strength, muscular hypertrophy, work capacity, those are best trained when the meet or the test day is still a long ways off. We want to raise those qualities when we're far out from a meet because those qualities potentiate and make better the subsequent strength blocks that you will use in order to get ready for your actual meet. Likewise, sets of 10, which are often used in a general preparation cycle, should not be performed in the weeks leading up to a meet most of the time. Now, there are always exceptions to any rule. That's why you have to make the rule. Now, there are always exceptions to any rule, but for most people, sets of 10 and higher have too high of a metabolic stress component and too low of a central stress component to really prepare you well for a meet. And that's why we want to keep those sets of 10 in the GPP phase far out from a meet. Let's just say this, if you're leading into a meet with sets of 10 on the back squat, supersetted with something like sled push or hill sprints, you're doing training a little bit wrong. We're not going to stop you, but that's probably not ideal. That's why the EvolveAI program takes everything into account. Your timeline until your meet or your test day, your training goals, whether you're gaining or losing weight, and your training history as a lifter in order to construct the best macrocycle for you. On top of this, if you're trying to go up a weight class or to fill out your current weight class and add in more muscle tissue to contribute to your strength, EvolveAI will take that into account by prescribing more time under tension exercises and a little bit more volume within the right phases of your overall macrocycle structure. And it does this because we know that those are some of the training factors that lead to hypertrophic outcomes. Hypertrophy just means to increase the cross-sectional area of your muscle. And we know that more muscle means more contractile fibers, and more contractile fibers means more force generation. And more force generation applied appropriately with good skill and technique means heavier lifts and bigger PRs for you. EvolveAI takes all of these factors into consideration when constructing your personalized macrocycle for your program. It looks at your body weight goals, whether you are doing power building or power lifting, your strengths and your weaknesses, and more to construct the best macrocycle for you to ensure that you have the best approach to training, the best peaking and tapering, and that you have the best meet day or test day possible.